Hey, it's Natasha Lewis with Big Rock Organics, and welcome to week 11 of the CSA. It's hard to believe it has been so bountiful and beautiful, and today we're introducing a lot of purple. So the boxes, I think, look especially pretty with all that purple in them. So let's take a tour, and I'll show you kind of some highlights of the box and give you some cooking ideas. So we are excited to welcome back that white sweet corn. This is locally grown by Phillips Family Farm. It's not organic, but we do feel really confident with the way that it's grown and picked, and it's picked the same morning you receive your box, so it's super fresh. Now, if you haven't had white sweet corn before, it's a real fun treat. It's actually a little more traditional, the white kernels than the bicolor, so I hope you'll enjoy that. It's super sweet. Try it raw if you haven't yet. I love raw sweet corn. It's extra juicy and milky, I think, but it's really delicious. And again, you know, just a short amount of time on cooking. It doesn't take long at all. Cook it in all your favorite ways and dishes, and enjoy. We've got the little tomatoes are coming in now. Hopefully the big ones soon, but the little ones have been coming. I hope you enjoy, especially some of these little crazy guys like the Brad's Atomic Grape, and all the different flavors and colors are so wonderful and so diverse. So I hope you're enjoying those. We've got beautiful little red cabbages this week. Aren't those so fun? So these are delicious. You can saute it, you can use it raw. I don't know if you know that red cabbage actually can help with the effects of heartburn. So apparently if you eat a few leaves of raw red cabbage, it can help with that. But I do love a good pickled German red cabbage. So I'll include a recipe for that. Otherwise, it just adds a little bit of color to a salad, to a coleslaw. And again, you know, these guys last so long, so just stick it in your fridge and you'll have it for a while. I have like a whole family of cabbage populating my fridge right now that I've been saving, and they're going to be a welcome addition actually far into winter. I believe I've had my cabbage as far as like January in the depths of the fridge. So be encouraged, the cabbage is here to stay. We've got a few other varieties of cabbage, but this red cabbage is really adorable and just a beautiful color. Don't know why they call these things red cabbage when it's clearly purple, but you know, that's what it is. So we are so excited. We did a big dig of potatoes. These are Kennenbec potatoes. Now, we did not wash these very much because the skin is so young. It's not cured yet, so any sort of washing is going to scrub the skin off. So it's actually really easy, no peeling required. When potatoes are young and fresh dug, they are going to have a very thin skin. We have to actually let them cure a little bit to have a more sturdy skin for storing longer term. But these guys are Kennenbecs. They're really like the best fried potato if you're making French fries, but honestly, anything, they're so delicious. I hope that if you've not had a real fresh potato, and these were dug just this week, that you're going to find the joys of an amazing fresh potato because they are so delicious. So we got potatoes, and we will have different colors of potatoes as the weeks continue, but we're starting with these guys because that's what was ready. The plants, you know, kind of dictate when the plants start to die out. That's when we harvest the potatoes. We've got cilantro making a debut again. We do several plantings of things throughout the season, and so funny quick story, the cilantro, I planted some cilantro, but I also had some cilantro that went to seed. Believe it or not, it was left over from last year. It made it through the winter, it came up again, and it went to seed in the spring. Then it seeded all over the place, and I have literally a carpet of cilantro. And so that is some of the cilantro that you're getting this week. It actually turned out way better than the stuff I planted. So isn't that a life lesson? Sometimes you just gotta, you know, take what you're given and go with it. So cilantro, so wonderful, so fresh, so many great things you can do. Pair it up with the peppers, the onions, the tomatoes, make yourself some fresh pico de gallo. So tasty and wonderful. I like to make a fresh salsa in the blender, and I just throw everything in. I actually roast my peppers and onions and tomatoes in under the broiler, and then I add the cilantro and some tomatillos and a little bit of cumin and lime, and it's just so delicious. Blender salsa, look it up, we'll have a recipe for that, and it is just so good. Patty pan squash, of course, and they are just looking beautiful. We try to keep after these guys because they can get a little bit big on us, and if you have some big ones, stuff them, grate them. You can add your grated squash to any baked item and it's going to make it more moist, but sauteed or grilled or steamed, those patty pans are wonderful. We've got a few cucumbers this week. I hope you've been enjoying those cucumbers. We've got Cylindra beets, which these are designed to be kind of a long cylinder, and so it makes it easier for cooking. And we've got some beautiful greens on there as well, so be sure that you use those greens. They can be pureed into pesto, which we're actually featuring pesto as a suggestion this week for the basil. So our basil, we're trying to get it cut so it can start to regrow. So we've got just a lot of basil this week, giving you a big bunch of basil. Now, I will say that when basil gets wet, it tends to get this little bit of a darkness on it. So unfortunately, this is just the natural dew this morning, causing these little bits of darkness on the basil. So my suggestion is, as soon as you get your box, as soon as you can, put your basil into a jar, just the stems, in a little bit of water, put a bag on top of the jar. The basil will last better like that, but go ahead and take all these leaves off and just chuck them into a blender, make your pesto. I keep my pesto in the fridge for a couple weeks, and I also freeze the pesto. So make pesto while the sun shines or while you've got the basil. That's what I always like to say. So we are getting a lot of basil this week because, of course, tomato season, but also, you know, the basil needs to get made up into pesto, needs to get made up into something you can preserve. So hopefully you can put this bunch to good use, make yourself some delicious pesto, make a pesto pizza. My favorite pizza crust, honestly, is naan bread that you can buy prepackaged in the store. Spread that pesto over it. It will be the most delicious and easy pizza you've had in a long time. So check that out. That's my recommendation. Onions, of course. Those onions are looking great as ever. A plethora of peppers, banana, Anaheim, bell, purple peppers. Love those purple peppers. And then some squash. So lots of bounty this week. Lots of fun colors. I do love that purple pop in the box. It just looks so lovely. So happy cooking. Week 11 of the CSA. We've got lots of good food coming down the line here as we kind of head into fall. So enjoy your box, enjoy cooking, share, as always, pictures and recipes with us. We love to see what's going on in your kitchen. So thanks for joining me. Have a great week. Bye.